Hello everyone, I hope you will enjoy my story, Bob the Builder's People Problem. Bob Fancyson of Sunflower Valley, owner of Mattel Construction Limited, has run the successful construction company since 2003. He took over the family business from his father, who took it over from his father. Mattel Construction Limited can do anything. They build everything from homes to shopping centers, malls, football pitches, condos, and more. They have an ideal business structure, and they're the most popular construction company in town. They offer excellent value and control about 40% of the equipment and supply manufacturing in town fairly and ethically. Cash flow isn't a problem. Sales aren't a problem. Customers aren't a problem. They've got a waiting list about 8 months back, and Bob collects a healthy profit of $4.5 million per year. But the business has one major problem it needs to get under control: people management. Bob can't retain employees for the life of him. They keep getting poached by the other construction company across town, the Paw Patrol People Pleasers, who offer slightly higher pay and a more competitive employee benefits package, but they charge higher rates to customers to deliver work with quicker turnaround time. Bob's turnover rate is through the roof, and it has started to affect his livelihood, forcing him to work longer hours to get projects done, and impacted his ability to meet deadlines. Bob has a people problem. He can't do it all on his own, and most importantly, he needs workers to get the job done. What might Bob do to solve this essential problem, you may ask? He needs to appease the public with good quality, fairly priced construction contracts, but more importantly, he needs to appease his employees. The employees want to unionize, but this doesn't seem to be plausible at the moment, so for now they just continue to jump ship to the competitor. Oh, what shall Bob do? That's where HR comes in. Oh, good old human resources, the people. You hear this word thrown around quite a bit in conversation and TV, but what exactly does it mean? In the context of Bob the Builder, if you're familiar with the show, Wendy, Bob's right hand, is the people person. And fortunately, she has just returned from her maternity leave. What a surprise that Bob's bustling business was unable to survive without Wendy at his side. Companies need some kind of HR to run smoothly and prevent these things from happening on the administration side of things. Owners are not always the best people to play the role of HR since they have more emotional attachment, especially large companies. For Mattel Construction Limited, Wendy's job in a nutshell is to ensure everyone is happy. Wendy is great for this position as she is of true heuristic nature at heart. She is the liaison between upper management, including Bob, lower management, and regular employees to make sure everyone's getting what they need, within reason. Her task with Mattel will be to make sure management and employees are satisfied. Right now, Wendy's issue is retaining employees. Bob is losing thousands per month training new employees with the help of HR, whose time is much better spent elsewhere. This is one of an HR rep's most important roles. She has a few options to look at as she makes a decision, but one thing she has to keep in mind is that she will need to follow company policies and be conservative with wage increases. But at the same time, she wants to avoid any sort of unionization. This will just make things harder for each side to negotiate. So for the sake of the business, Wendy does her best to avoid a union stepping in. Her options are raising employee pay. They have not been offered any kind of a raise since she left on maternity leave. Mattel Construction Limited can afford raises, as there is much demand for work and profit is steady year after year. Bob knew this was coming, so he's okay with it. Another option is a business partnership between the Paw Patrol People Pleasers and Mattel Construction Limited. However, Bob would lose a lot of control. Alternately, Bob could attempt a private sale of the business. Wendy's final option is retraction, scaling down business to keep rates as they are and continue at a smaller scale. Bob's getting old after all. He's 67 now, and neither of his daughters or his only son have any interest in taking over Mattel Construction Limited. As Bob ponders this over, he continues to chat with Wendy about it. What are the implications? HR would need to handle staff layoffs from scaling, as they would for wage increases. Ultimately, increasing wages is an affordable measure in hopes that he will be able to retain employees and waste less money retraining new ones and then losing them to Paw Patrol People Pleasers. Bob is not ready to retire, so it's time for Wendy to draw up a plan. The current starting wage is $19.50 an hour, as well as an employee benefits package which includes up to $400 each for eye care, dental care, and physiotherapy yearly. Doctor visits are covered. In order to be more competitive, Wendy increases the starting pay rate to $22.50 an hour, $1 more than the Paw Patrol People Pleasers. Bob can afford this. Additionally, the employee benefits plan will be expanded to offer $500 each for eye care, dental care, and physiotherapy. As well, $500 each per year for massage coverage and chiropractic care is added to the plan in order to match the Paw Patrol people pleasers. Now that we have a plan, Wendy attracts new employees using LinkedIn and Indeed. She uses a detailed job description so employees know what they're getting into right from the get-go. Skills, abilities, and expectations are light due to the nature of the job market in Bob's world, but many skilled trade workers are hired due to the competitive hiring nature. No current employees are expected to retire anytime soon, so projects can be managed effectively with new employees. Once the changes are implemented, Bob and Wendy see an immediate uptick in activity in their job hiring, and 13 new employees are hired and trained, ready to work within 2 weeks. Wendy saves Mattel Construction Limited over $20,000 by hiring and training the new hires together. Employee happiness went up, managers were happy, Wendy was happy, and Bob was happy with the new hires. That's what we call successful HR. Business kept booming, and they all lived happily ever after. The end.